Now, page 4, the stone-cold solid future for ICE. Mark Morgan is being tapped by the president to head the Department of Immigration and Customs Enforcement. Ironically, Morgan was the head of the Border Patrol under Barack Obama. But this guy is tough on both illegal immigration and border security. Morgan was pushed out of that job after the 45th president, Donald Trump, took office. And that's understandable. Team Trump took one look at Obama's open borders policies and looked at Morgan and said, bye-bye. But Morgan was a good guy behind enemy lines. He's not an open borders guy. He's a former Marine and former FBI who proffers a common-sense, pro-America approach to immigration. In fact, Morgan has come out in support of most, if not all, of the president's policies on immigration and border enforcement. He supports the wall. And he believes that the president is dead on target in declaring an emergency along the border. President Trump is choosing Morgan because he wants a tougher approach to ICE. Good. We need that. We also need a Congress, though, that closes the loopholes in immigration law that allow our system to be attacked by an army of invading illegals that's trying to take advantage of us and our weak laws. But Morgan can work within existing law and policy to send a message to would-be illegals thinking about violating our sovereignty for any reason. Deport. And that alone sets the proper tone for the future of ICE. However, roadblocks to actual immigration reform are declared candidates for president, including the Marxist socialist from Vermont, Senator Bernie Sanders.
Now, there's another issue out there which is getting a lot of attention, and that is we have a president who, instead of choosing to move forward toward comprehensive immigration reform...
Stop tape. Comprehensive immigration reform to Bernie Sanders is different to me and most border security-loving Americans. Comprehensive immigration reform to Bernie Sanders is effectively amnesty. So he wants to allow the 30 or 40 or 50 million illegal immigrants in this country. He wants to allow them to have status, legal status, and potentially citizenship. And this is crucially important to understand why. The reason is because they believe, and they know statistically speaking, that most immigrants turn out to become Democrat voters. So it sustains the party. Open borders sustains the Democrat Party. Now, to common sense Americans, immigration reform is the opposite of this. Immigration reform would be including a secure border and a system of immigration that's based on merits. Merits. In other words, what is this each individual potential immigrant going to do for the United States? Not what is the United States going to do for this potential immigrant. What is this potential immigrant going to do for us? That's a merit-based system. Are they going to come here with a skill and possibly an engineer or what have you and help our society? Or are they going to become a burden on society? And we know, again, statistically speaking, that most immigrants have some form of government support in their household. And that's no way to run an immigration system. We need common sense immigration reform that's pro-America, pro-American, based on the merit system. It's the opposite of what Bernie Sanders wants. And it's the opposite of what he would do, God forbid, if he were ever to inhabit the White House, which I don't believe is going to happen. Roll tape.
...is choosing to demonize immigrants.
Stop tape. So he says that President Trump is demonizing illegal immigrants. How exactly? Does the president go on national TV or on Twitter demonizing individuals who are breaking into this country illegally? No. What he is saying on behalf of we the people is we need to secure our border and we need to have a better system of legal immigration. That's it. He's not demonizing anybody. He's speaking up on behalf of we the people. And it's long, long overdue. Donald Trump is the border president. Donald Trump is the pro-America immigration president. We've never had that in the White House before. It's a wonderful thing to have. He will go down in history, for good or for bad, as the border president. He tried, and hopefully he will succeed, to secure our southern border once and for all. Hopefully there will be that big, beautiful wall from coast to coast, figuratively speaking, of course. There are sections that we don't need a wall, and of course the border doesn't go necessarily from coast to coast. But the bottom line is that border needs to be secured.
Want to see more videos like this? Click on the link below and subscribe to One America News on YouTube, and call your cable provider and kindly demand that One America News is added to your lineup. Call and subscribe today.